Hello students, welcome to the English class. I am Anurag Sidhu, lecturer in English, Government Senior Secondary School, Ramgarh Pudda, District Mohali. Together, we will be doing the rest of the chapter Gadri Babas in Kalapani Jail. I hope you are waiting for what happened next. Can you see this picture and recognize the place? Yes, this is the picture of the Kalapani jail from another angle. Now you can see this, there are two spokes. This Kalapani jail was made in such a way that there were 7 buildings. Each building had windows, ventilators at the back and the doors in the front, this side. And again this one had the door in this side. And similarly this. So they were so isolated that these people could not see who were living in these quarters. And they didn't know who all were staying here. So there was so much of isolation and the jail was made in such a way. The present extract gives a harrowing account of a cellular jail called Kalapani Jail. It was set up by the Britishers to isolate, punish and torture the freedom fighters of India during the early decades of the 20th century. This is written by Dr. Harish K. Puri, who's a former professor of political science and head B.R. Ambedkar Chair at Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. He has published extensively on political federalism, Dalits, politics of ethnicity, caste, religion, and terrorism. His books include Gadar Movement, Ideology, Organization, and Strategy, Dalits in Regional Context, Understanding Terrorism in Punjab, Social and Political Movements, Gadar Movement, A Short History, and Gadar Movement to Bhagat Singh. So let's do the options. Who was it? Lala Hariram or Lala Hardyal? It was Lala Hardyal. Baba Son Singh Pakna, Baba Nidan Singh, Kartar Singh Saraba, and Vishnu Ganesh Pingle were the key members of the Gadar party. The Devil's Island and Dash Jail are the two names for cellular jail. What was it? Kalapani Jail. Yes, the convicts were punished with filthy abuse up to 20 or 30. Yes, 30 lashes of a whip in public, loud cries and blood oozing from the skin. It was from the skin. Okay. The jailer, the superintendent, the commissioner of police were addressed as demigods. Mantra of the Gadarites was not to suffer any indignity without a determined retaliation. Jyotish Chandra Pal was removed to a mental hospital as he was totally mad. Jail authorities discontinued some of their practices of bad treatment due to resistance by the prisoners. The Gadar party was founded by the Punjabi Indians in USA and Canada. The important members were Lala Hardyal, Baba Son Singh Pakna, V.B. Pingle and many more. Their aim was to free India from British rule. The revolt failed in 1915. All the members were sent to the cellular jail. So this was the cellular jail. We can do a quick revision. It was a penal colony. The revolutionaries were sent there as a punishment. It was created to isolate and torture for life the rebels of Gadar Mutiny of 1857 and other hardened criminals. The first group of political prisoners were the Bengalis. The jail was infested with leeches and mosquitoes. The cells were dingy cells. The prisoners were given bad and inadequate food. There was inclement weather. The jail was opened in 1906. It was also called the Kalapani Jail and the Devil's Island, and it is situated in Port Blair. Cellular jail's other names were the Devil's Island and the Kalapani Jail. I hope these pictures will make you remember the names. Yes. First group was the 27 political prisoners were the Bengali revolutionaries. The second group was from the Nasik conspiracy case, two brothers, V.D. Sarwarkar and Ganesh Sarwarkar. Then the Gadarites from the Lahore conspiracy case, there were 40 of them. Then more came in the supplementary case, 30 more came. So unlike other groups of revolutionary prisoners, Gadar prisoners were quite old. They were addressed as Babas with respect. Nidan Singh 60, Baba Son Singh Pakna 45, then there was 62 years old and 50 years Gurdit Singh. Quick revision of part 1. The jail officials were heartless and cruel. The weather conditions were not good. The freedom fighters were kept in dingy, dirty and lonely cells. They were beaten, abused and whipped in public if they did not complete their tasks. The jail was full of mosquitoes and blood-sucking leeches. They were given bad and inadequate food. As a result, they were sick with dysentery, high fever, tuberculosis and asthma. Many were hanged to death, but they were all ready to die for their motherland, India. In the cellular jail, David Barry was the jailer, Murray was the superintendent of the jail, and there was also a chief commissioner. The warders, petty officers and jamadars derived sadistic pleasure in torturing the political prisoners. Bareen Ghosh called them smaller gods who would abuse, humiliate and ill-treat the political prisoners and made their life most miserable. Let's do some new words. Horrendous. Horrendous is extremely shocking and horrifying. Resistance. Resistance is dislike or opposition to a plan. Relent. Relent is to give in, to finally agree to something after refusing. Entreaty. Entreaty is a serious and often emotional request. Legendary is famous and talked about a lot. To take in one stride, to take it as it comes. To take or accept advances or setbacks as the normal course of events. Brutal force is savagely violent force. Daring resistance means open disregard for something. Crux is the most important or difficult part of a problem or an issue. Patently, without doubt or clearly. Living martyr, the person who sacrifices everything while they are living for a belief, cause or for a country. Now what did V.D. Sarwarkar say about the three officials or the petty officers? He wrote about how the people, the revolutionaries were tortured by them. There was one, Nanni Gopal, piercing cries because of beastly whiplashing. His hunger strike that continued for 72 days and the long strikes against tortures. The revolutionaries did not lie low. They said, okay, we will fight against the atrocities, about the bad things, about the bad treatment that was given to them. They will not take it lying low, but they will retaliate against it. Suicide was committed by Indu Pushan. The highly educated Ulaskar Dutt was driven to insanity. Means he got mad. On arrival, the Gadarites learned about the suffering, the hard struggles of resistance, and also of the minor relaxations gained by the Bengali and Marathi political prisoners. The Ghadarites resolved not to suffer any indignity or abuse without a determined retaliation. They said, okay, we will not suffer any indignity or abuse, we will retaliate. When Parmanand Jhansi was abused and threatened by the jailer Berry for not producing the required quantity of oil, Jhansi retaliated and hit the jailer. As the jailer fell down, Jhansi was mercilessly beaten by the warders. The fall of the demigod and the horrendous torture of Jhansi created quite a stir in the small world of the jail. In another case of retaliation against severe cruelty, when Chhatar Singh slapped the superintendent Murray hard, he was put in a cage with standing bar chains. Standing bar chains means he could not sit, he could not bend his legs, he was chained in such a manner. Pan Singh was beaten so hard that he died in the hospital. Resistance and most cruel punishment killed Ram Rakha within 2 months of his arrival there. Altogether, 8 Ghadarites lost their lives in the cellular jail. But they continued repeated strikes from work and hunger strikes led by Baba Son Singh Pakhna, Prithvi Singh, Udham Singh Kasel, Vasakha Singh, joined by 25 others for their rights as political prisoners and in defense of their fellows. At one time, the number who joined the strike rose to about 100. On a long hunger strike, Jyotish Chandra Pal passed blood in stool, refused to relent, and after a month went totally mad and was removed to a mental hospital. Prithvi Singh continued the hunger strike for 4 months. Never in the history of the Andamans had a strike on such a large scale been organized or lasted for such a long time. It was a measure of such resistance that the jail authorities were forced to discontinue some of the practices of bad treatment of political prisoners. Pakhna explained that the crux of the songs which the revolutionaries sang in the jails was something like this: Hey Matrabhumi, this is true that we could not liberate you, but so long as even one of our comrades is alive, he will sacrifice everything to remove your chains. Let's read from the text now. The stories which were smuggled out by Sarvarkar relating to young Nanni Gopal's piercing cries because of beastly whiplashing, his hunger strike that continued for 72 days, and the long strikes against tortures, the suicide committed by Indu Bhushan and that of the highly educated Ulaskar Dutt, driven to insanity, raised a storm in the country's newspapers. On the arrival there, the Ghadarites learned about the sufferings and the hard struggles of resistance and also the minor relaxations gained by Bengali and Marathi political prisoners. Right at the beginning, the Ghadarites resolved not to suffer any indignity or abuse without a determined retaliation. When Parmanand Jhansi was abused and threatened by the jailer Berry for not producing the required quantity of oil, Jhansi retaliated and hit the jailer. Here you can see the picture of the standing bar chains. This is standing bar chains. Neither you can put your feet together nor you could bend your knees. As the jailer fell down, Jhansi was mercilessly beaten by the warders. The fall of the demigod and the horrendous torture of Jhansi created quite a stir in the small world of the jail. In another case of retaliation against severe cruelty, when Chhatar Singh slapped the superintendent Murray hard, he was put in a cage with standing bar chains. Pan Singh was beaten so hard that he died in the hospital. Resistance and most cruel punishment killed Ram Rakha within 2 months of his arrival there. Altogether, 8 Ghadarites lost their lives in the cellular jail. But they continued repeated strikes from work and hunger strikes led by Baba Son Singh Pakhna, Prithvi Singh, Udham Singh Kasel and Vasakha Singh, joined by 25 others for their rights as political prisoners and in defense of their fellows. At one time, the number who joined the strike rose to about 100. On a long hunger strike, Jyotish Chandra Pal passed blood in stool, refused to relent, and after a month went totally mad and was removed to a mental hospital. Prithvi Singh continued the hunger strike for 4 months, resisting entreaties even by the best friends. Never in the history of the Andamans had a strike on such a large scale been organized or lasted for such a long time. It was a measure of such resistance that the jail authorities were forced to discontinue some of the practices of bad treatment of political prisoners. The determined collective resistance in the face of horrible suffering created legendary stories of this struggle. Singing Vande Mataram and patriotic songs, reciting Gurbani and taking the harshest physical punishments in their stride, it was like making of a new culture of the dignity of fighting brutal forces with soul force until they were either released in 1921 or transferred to jails on the mainland. The sufferings and the daring resistance of these living martyrs were indeed decidedly more severe and testing than the death by hanging of a number of martyrs. Here you can see the picture of the names are written of the people who were confined in that jail. Some of the names have been written. On the top is people from Bombay, and then the rest ones are from Punjab. Pakna explained that the crux of the songs which the revolutionaries sang in the jails was something like this: Hey Matrabhumi, this is true that we could not liberate you, but so long as even one of our comrades is alive, he will sacrifice everything to remove your chains. So, let us do some questions about the people who were so strong-willed and who did a lot for their country. Let's see the first question. What was the mantra of the Gadarites right in the beginning of their conviction period? Their mantra was not to suffer any insult at the hands of those officials. Why was Jyotish Chandra Pal removed to a mental hospital? He was on a long hunger strike. He refused to relent and after a month went totally mad. So he was removed to a mental hospital. Why did jail authorities discontinue some of their bad practices? The long hunger strikes forced them to stop the bad treatment. Let's do some objective type questions. Who is the author of the chapter Gadri Babas in Kalapani jail? Yes. Who is it? Dr. Harish K. Puri. Who organized the Gadar Party and did the stipulated rebellion in February 1915 succeed? Let's see. Yes. Who organized the Gadar Party? It was Lala Hardyal. And the stipulated rebellion in February 1915 did not succeed. No, it failed. The cellular jail was rightly described as the which island? Devil's Island, B. The other name of cellular jail was Kalapani jail. Who were the chief governing officials in the cellular jail? The jailer David Berry, the superintendent Murray, and the chief commissioner. Who were the smaller guards? Who constituted the largest single group of political prisoners at the cellular jail? Where is the cellular jail located? When was the newly constructed jail opened? Yes. I hope you've done these. Let's check our answers. The smaller guards were the warders, petty officers, and jamadars. Who constituted the largest single group? They were the Gadarites or the Gadri Babas. Where is the cellular jail located? It is located in Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. When was the newly constructed jail opened? It was opened in 1906. What was the minimum quantity of coconut oil that the prisoners were supposed to extract? Yes. B. 30 pounds. What was the name of the jailer of the cellular jail and the name of the superintendent? Yes, it was David Berry was the jailer and the superintendent was Murray. Okay. Answer the following questions in 50 to 60 words each. How were the Indians treated in the cellular jail of Andamans by the British officials? In the cellular jail, David Berry was the jailer, Murray was the superintendent of the jail, and there was also a chief commissioner. They all were heartless and cruel. The jail was situated at Port Pirie Island. The weather conditions were not good. The freedom fighters were kept in dirty and lonely cells. They were forced to do hard jobs. They were given bad food. They were beaten, abused, and whipped in public. What were the various physical problems that the Indian freedom fighters had to face in the cellular jail? The weather was very bad. The jail was full of mosquitoes and blood-sucking leeches. The food was very bad and inadequate. As a result, they were sick with dysentery, high fever, tuberculosis, and asthma. The freedom fighters were kept in dirty and lonely cells. They were forced to do hard jobs like working at the oil mill, Kohlu, to extract a minimum of 30 pounds of coconut oil and make coir threads out of coconut husk. They were treated very badly there. They were beaten, abused, and whipped in public. What was David Berry's address to the new group of political prisoners? David Berry was the jailer. He would address every new group of political prisoners. He asked them to follow the rules and orders. He would say, "If you disobey me, may God help you. Remember that God does not come within 3 miles of Port Blair. The red turbans you see there are warders, and those in black are petty officers. You must obey them." So let's fill in the blanks with the adjectives given below. Hard, deep, heavy, marshy, rainy, brutal. In perennial rainy weather with heavy bar fetters and shackles on their feet, surrounded by snakes, leeches, and scorpions, the freedom fighters were expected in deep forests to clear a path for roads through marshy land. They were punished and faced hard labor if they slowed down. Despite this brutal treatment, the freedom fighters used to resist and fight for their self-respect and for the love of their country. I read this paragraph because this is one way you can write what happened to the prisoners, what happened to the freedom fighters in that area before the jail was formed, and they were also expected to clear the path for roads also. They were put to these tasks also. It is not written in this chapter, but this is in addition to what happened to them while they were freedom fighters and while they were there in the prisons. Let's see once more the mind map. Okay, we'll see this. Summary for this second part. There was young Nanni Gopal. He continued his hunger strike for 72 days. Then the Indu Pushan committed suicide. Ulaskar Dutt, who was highly educated, was driven to insanity. When the Ghadarites learned about the suffering and hard struggles of resistance and of minor relaxations gained by Bengali and Marathi prisoners, they resolved not to suffer any indignity or abuse without a determined retaliation. Parmanand Jhansi was abused and threatened by jailer Berry for not producing the required quantity of oil. But what happened? Jhansi retaliated and hit the jailer. So when he fell down, jailer fell down, Jhansi was mercilessly beaten by the warders. The fall of the demigod. So who is the demigod here? Demigod is Jhansi. Is jailer Berry, because he fell down. So the fall of the demigod and the horrendous torture of Jhansi created quite a stir in the small world of the jail. Another case was where Chhatar Singh slapped the superintendent Mare. Pan Singh was beaten hard. He died in hospital. Ram Rakha was killed within 2 months of his arrival there because of the cruel treatment meted out to him. Altogether, 8 Ghadarites lost their lives in the jail. And there were at one time 100 people who were in a strike. Jyotishpal Chandrapal was on a long hunger strike, and he refused to relent, and after a month went totally mad and was removed to a mental hospital. So this is what happened with the Ghadarites, and the chapter was written by Harish K. Puri. The cellular jail was called the Devil's Island and the Kalapani jail. It is located in Port Blair, Andaman Nicobar Islands in Bay of Bengal. And the main people who tortured the prisoners were David Berry, Murray, and the commissioner. So this is the end of the chapter. Thank you. This is prepared by Anurag Sidhu, lecturer in English, Government Senior Secondary School, Ramgarh Pudda, SAS Nagar. Images are taken from Wikipedia, Google Images, and Puneet Virk Photographer for educational purpose only. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye-bye.